Hello there 8th grade math students, Mr. Lawrence here, and I did a quick video. Some of you have been out of school a little bit, and I wanted to talk about the perfect cubes. Remember that we have a verbal quiz on the perfect cubes. What are perfect cubes? Well, if n is one of these numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the cubed number means that number to the third power. So for example, 1 cubed is 1 times 1 times 1, or 1. 2 cubed is not 6. Don't tell me 6. You're going to make me cry. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. These are the perfect cubes. We need to memorize these just like we know our perfect squares. 4 cubed is 64. 5 cubed is 125. 6 cubed is 216. 7 cubed is 343. Oh no, I lost my n cubed. There it is. 8 cubed is 512. 9 cubed is 729. 10 cubed is 1,000, and 11 cubed is 1,331. Okay, so make sure you memorize those. There's a verbal quiz on those. Remember, it's due Tuesday. I think that'd be October 1st, right? Okay, so how do we do this? This is all from section 3.2 of the digits book, or digits, I shouldn't say book, I suppose. Well, I have x cubed equals 64. How do I undo a power? With a root. How do I undo a power? With a root. Did I mention I undo powers with roots? But I don't want to take the square root of both sides. No, because that's not a square. If it was x squared equals 64, you bet your boots I would have taken the square root of 64, right? But this case, I'm taking the cubed root. So I'm asking myself what number times itself again would get me 64. Well, if I look up here at the perfect cubes, I know it's 4. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So here's what happens. The cubed root of x cubed is x. Why? Because roots and powers are inverse operations of each other. They cancel out. Cubed root of 64 is 4. Why? Because 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. Just like if I said to you, what's the square root of 25? Well, square root of 25 would be 5, right? Why? Because 5 times 5 is 25. What's the cube root of 64? 64, no, it's 4. Because 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. Okay? So it's pretty simple stuff. Now, on this example here, some of you see a fraction, you like hide under the covers and scream, "Mommy, it's scary." No, don't be afraid. Take the cubed root of the left-hand side, and then you take the cubed root there, and then you get the cubed root of 8 over the cubed root of 343. Don't forget that cube. Okay, the cubed root of x cubed is x. Cubed root of 8 is 2. The cubed root of 343 is 7. Your answer is 2 sevenths. You could check by multiplying 2 sevenths times 2 sevenths times 2 sevenths. If you tell me 2 times 2 times 2 is 6, I will scream, maybe cry. Oh, I just can't handle it anymore. All right, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, and 7 times 7 times 7 is 343. Okay, now another type of problem you might run into is they tell you the volume of some cube is 1,284 cubic feet, or feet cubed. Well, I'll ask you, what are the sides of the cube? I'll bet you don't know, so I'll call them x, because you don't know. There's 3 dimensions to a cube, so I need the length, the width, and the height. So if I multiply those 3 together, that would get me volume. So x times x times x is x cubed, right? And that would equal 1,284 feet cubed, or cubic feet. It's just like the 2 examples I did up there. Take the cubed root of this side, take the cubed root of this side. All right? Cubed root of x cubed is x. Now, 1284, I don't know if that's a perfect cube or not. I suspect it's not, so I'm going to pull out my calculator. And I'm going to take the cube root. Now, if you're on a calculator like me, you want the math button. Okay, and number 4 is the cubed root. That's right there. So I'll hit 4, and I'll type 1,284. Okay, so if I round that to the nearest tenth, I get about 10 and 9/10. Okay, now, if you're not on a calculator like this, your cubed root is probably above this button. On this one, it's not, but it's probably above this button. And it looks like this. x root. Yeah, it's the x root. It's for doing any root you want. So if you're on a calculator that's not like mine, the way you'd type it in is you'd hit the 3 because you're doing the cube root. Then you'd press the second button and this one. However, on mine, I can't do that. But that's what you would do. You go second and then hit that button there. Now that button could be over here, but it's the one that looks like the top of a house. Okay, it's called a chevron. Okay, and then that would give you this X root thing. Okay, so your display would look different than that. But on mine, it would look like that. And then I go 1284. Okay, so what I'm trying to convey without having one on the screen that you can see is if you have a TI-30X2S, TI-30X, Roman numeral 2S. It's a great calculator. You're going to hit the 3, and you're going to hit the second button. It's the one that's a different color. And you'll hit this, and it will bring up on your screen this guy. So on your screen, it would actually look like 3 x root, and then you type the 1284. Okay? All right, that's it for the video. I just wanted a quick go around for the people that have not been here. Mr. Lawrence signing off. Have a good night, everybody.